How to redeem your I bonds step by step and buy new ones at the 1.3% fixed rate. Hello, members and super savers. I hope you're having a good week. This is what we'll be talking about in today's video. As usual, here's our front of video disclaimer. For a detailed disclaimer, please refer to the end of this video. Let's dive in now, folks. So, it's really nice to be back on YouTube after locking ourselves away for over 3 months to work on our 2 new bond courses, basically day and night. And thank you to each and every one of you for your patience. Now, you'll hear more about both our Bond Beginners and Bond Masters courses in the coming weeks. But we've also been thinking about sharing a few videos from those courses as a preview to our Diamond NestEgg fans as a token of our appreciation. As some of you already know, personally, I feel Bond Beginners and Bond Masters are 2 of the best pieces of content that we've created so far for our community. These courses really bring together everything on this channel for avid Bond fans and lifelong learners. So, for those of you who haven't taken this poll yet, please let us know which of these videos from our courses interest you most so that we know which ones we can give you a sneak peek of. You can find the poll under our community tab here when you visit our channel page. But enough about the courses for now. I know that many of you are already waiting for a video on our I-bond rate prediction for May. That will be coming very soon as well. However, we decided to do this one about how to redeem your I-bonds first because I also know that, like us, quite a few of you are planning on redeeming your old I-bonds with a lower or no fixed rate to buy new ones with the current 1.3% fixed rate that is paid for all new I-bonds issued on or before April 30th, 2024. So, if this is you, you should consider redeeming those old I-bonds with a lower or no fixed rate at the beginning of the month. So basically now, at the time of this taping on April 2nd, 2024, rather than wait for the end of the month. Because remember, I-bonds earn interest for the full month in which they're issued, and no interest at all in the month that they're redeemed. Meaning that regardless of whether you redeem your I-bonds on April 1st or on April 30th, you will earn no interest on those I-bonds for the entire month of April anyway, which means you might as well redeem them as early as possible in the month instead of cutting it close towards the end of the month. Now, there are 3 important things you should remember if you are planning on redeeming your old I-bonds with a lower or no fixed rate to buy new ones with the current 1.3% fixed rate. First, the current 1.3% fixed rate is the highest in 16 years. And let's remember, the fixed rate tells you how much ahead of inflation you are. It's quoted as an annual rate, and it doesn't change over the 30-year term of an I-bond. Second, to get the current 1.3% fixed rate, your I-bonds must be issued on or before April 30th, 2024. Treasury Direct usually needs at least 1 to 2 business days to issue your I-bonds after you place your order. So if you plan on purchasing your I-bonds on April 30th, you will not get this current 1.3% fixed rate because your I-bonds will be issued in May and you will get whatever the new fixed rate is at the next I-bond rate reset on May 1st. Perhaps it will be 1.3% again, or perhaps it will be something different. Like I said, more about my expectations for the future May rate in our next I-bond video. If you want the certainty of the current 1.3% fixed rate, make sure you place your order early enough in April. I myself like to play things safe in this instance, so I typically purchase my I-bonds about 5 to 7 calendar days before the end of the month to make sure nothing goes wrong. And the third important thing to remember, Treasury Direct does not have a process for you to exchange old I-bonds for new ones. We get this question a lot. So, for the sake of clarity, let's go through an example. If you are holding $10,000 face value of old I-bonds with a lower fixed rate than the current 1.3%, and you don't want to use new money to buy the current 1.3% fixed rate I-bonds, the only way to do this is to redeem the $10,000 face value of old I-bonds with the lower fixed rate. At redemption, you will get repaid your original $10,000 principal investment, and then you can use that money to buy $10,000 face value of new I-bonds at the current 1.3% fixed rate. And voila, you now have I-bonds with the highest fixed rate in 16 years. Now, don't forget two things here. One, the clock starts all over again with your new I-bonds, meaning that you cannot redeem them in the first 12 months. And if you redeem them within the first 5 years, there will be an early withdrawal penalty of the last 3 months' interest. Two, when you redeem your old I-bonds, you'll also be paid out your interest earned on those old I-bonds, meaning you will generally have to pay taxes on that interest. Of course, if you are below your annual limit for buying I-bonds, you could also use some or all of that interest to buy more of the 1.3% fixed rate I-bonds. Keep in mind that you can buy I-bonds in increments of $25. So, for example, you could buy $9,050, $9,075, $9,100, all the way up to the annual limit of $10,000 per Social Security number or employer identification number. But if you've already reached your annual limit, like in our $10,000 example, you will need to find another use for the interest that you get paid out. So let's talk about how to redeem those old I-bonds now, step by step. Here I am in my Treasury Direct account. Let's click on Current Holdings, which will take me to this Current Holdings page. I'll scroll down to Savings Bonds at the bottom here. Select Series I Savings Bonds and click Submit, which will take me to this page. I'll select this I-bond here that I want to redeem and click Select. This will bring me to this detail page. Here's the amount I originally invested. And here's the current value, which includes all interest earned to date. Keep in mind that because I did not ask Treasury Direct to withhold federal income taxes on interest earned, this is the exact amount that will be deposited into my bank account if I fully redeem this I-bond. Meaning that the early withdrawal penalty of the last 3 months' interest is already included in this number. It will not be deducted again. Remember that the early withdrawal penalty of the last 3 months' interest applies to all I-bonds that are redeemed within the first 5 years of purchase, like in my case here. Also, on a more technical note, I've been told by our Diamond NestEgg community to remind folks not to click on this back button. Use the buttons that Treasury Direct gives you. If you click on the back button, this is the sad page you'll get, and then you'll need to log in, get your OTP, and start all over again, which is what I did to get back to this screen that I showed you earlier. I'll click on Redeem now. And here is a redemption request screen that appears next. I'll double check everything here for accuracy. As you can see, you can redeem partial amounts as well. And because I know this question will come up, no, you cannot redeem just the interest or the principal amount here. If you choose to redeem a partial amount, that partial amount will be made up of both principal and interest. So I'll select Redeem Full Amount. Choose the bank that I want to send the proceeds to and click Continue to complete my request. And here's the redemption review page that appears next. Once again, I'll check everything for accuracy. Here I can see the principal and interest amounts broken out in greater detail. And here I see the confirmation that I've chosen not to withhold any federal taxes. If you want to withhold federal taxes on your interest earned, you will need to do this before you redeem your I-bonds. This video here has a section on how to do this. I've linked it below for your convenience. So back to this redemption review page. I'm good to go, so I'll click Submit. And voila, I've redeemed my $10,000 of I-bonds and the funds should be in my bank account within 2 business days. And once I have those funds, I'll most likely park them in one of the money market funds in my Fidelity brokerage account until the last week of April, at which point I'll watch my own video on how to buy I-bonds step by step, which I've also linked below for your convenience. And I'll use the proceeds from my redeemed I-bonds to pick up $10,000 of new I-bonds at this current fixed rate of 1.3%. And I'll be doing the same with Marcus's old I-bonds as well. Do note that you can redeem any amount of I-bonds you want in a given year. There is no annual redemption limit, just the annual purchase limit of $10,000 per Social Security number or employer identification number. All right, members and super savers, so that was our how to redeem iBond refresher for those of you who requested it, as well as an overview of our iBond plans. And as I mentioned towards the beginning of this video, we'll be back very soon with a video on our expected iBond rate for May. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. And if you did, I'd love to invite you to get a first glimpse of our newly launching Bond Beginners and Intermediate Level Bond Masters courses on our website here. As discussed at the beginning of this video, we'll have more details as well as a sneak peek on both courses in the coming days. Please don't forget to vote on your favorite topic for the course preview here. For Diamond NestEgg fans who want to save time and jumpstart their fixed income knowledge sooner rather than later, we've included your 15% April coupon code below this video in celebration of Financial Literacy Month. And fun fact for our lifelong learners, I just learned that April is also National Garlic Month. On that note, see you again very soon, folks, with more brand new wealth building content for your financial journey.